Life is not easy at all. There's going to be challenges. You're going to get beat down. That's just the stark, unavoidable reality we're starting with today. Welcome to The Explainer. I want you to think about those quiet moments when you take the mask off, you go home and you just lay in your bed. When no one is looking at you, you don't have to impress anybody, it's just you and that heavy, paralyzing fear of not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. Honestly, we have all been there, right? It's a completely universal struggle. But here's the thing. How we actually respond to that fear, that literally changes everything.
Today, we're breaking down a really powerful, deeply motivational speech from Ben Lionel Scott. But listen, we aren't just going to get hyped up and leave it at that. No, we're going to transform his raw, emotional message into a highly practical, action-oriented guide. We are calling it the Resilience Playbook. Throughout this explainer, we're going to extract the exact step-by-step methods for building real mental toughness. We'll be focusing specifically on how you can discipline those negative emotions and commit yourself to relentless daily progress.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our playbook for today. 1. Confronting life's challenges. 2. Disciplining negative emotions. 3. Committing to daily progress. And 4. Staying in the game. All right, let's kick things off with phase 1. Confronting life's challenges. So we gotta validate a pretty harsh truth right out of the gate here. At some point, everything is gonna go south on you. It's just life. And when it does, you're gonna encounter what we call the automatic mind. Think about it. You don't have to force yourself or motivate yourself to think negatively, right? You don't have to make any effort at all to feel defeated. Actually, when things go wrong, your mind just defaults to defeat completely on its own. You don't have to try to be depressed or beat yourself up over the head or feel loaded with guilt. It literally just happens. And man, that brings us to the ultimate pivot point. When you're staring down that downward spiral and your automatic mind is screaming at you that it's over, you really only face a strictly binary choice. Choice 1, you can accept that defeat. Or choice 2, you can get to work. That is all it is. It boils down to a fundamental decision. Are you going to let the circumstances dictate your ending, or are you going to choose to just begin? That takes us right into phase 2, disciplining negative emotions. If we know our mind naturally defaults to negativity, how do we actually take the reins back? So the crucial point is this. If you don't discipline and contain your emotions, they will use you. Look, we're inherently emotional beings. That's just human nature. But letting raw, unfiltered emotion drive your decisions during a crisis, that's incredibly dangerous. You absolutely must discipline your emotion. Because if you don't, it just takes the wheel and drives you off a cliff. So how do we actually pull that off? Well, the source material outlines 3 really specific tactical steps for breaking the spell of a crisis. Step 1, you've got to back up and go within yourself. Step 2, pray, meditate, and recharge your batteries. Just go away and clear your head for a minute. And then step 3, come back and look at the situation from a completely different vantage point. The golden rule here is so simple. Do not operate while you're under the effect of what's going on. You have to step back before you can step forward. And once you clear your head, you have to actively fight back. You have to be willing to go against the tide. This isn't passive. This requires intense, active effort. You have to harness your will, look right at the disaster staring you in the face and declare, in spite of this, I am in control here. I am not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me. I am coming back. It's a deliberate, forceful rebellion against that automatic negative mind we talked about earlier. Moving right along to phase 3, committing to daily progress. Surviving that initial emotional hit, that's really only half the battle. Now we have to commit to external action. The mechanics of moving forward require, doing the math. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole concept. When life completely overwhelms you, you don't try to solve everything all at once. You solve one problem. Then you solve the next one. And when you inevitably get knocked down, which you will, step 3 kicks in. You just have to get up. It's about simplifying overwhelming adversity into a highly manageable daily equation. Stepping into your own personal greatness demands a very specific set of ingredients. We're talking will, hard work, sacrifice, dedication, and commitment. You hear people say, oh, I want to be a diamond. But the harsh reality is, everybody wants it, but everybody don't get it. But listen, if you truly want it, you can get it. Nobody is holding a gun to your head stopping you, right? It just requires paying the toll with these 5 traits every single day. People so often mistake talent for destiny, but the source material makes a really fascinating distinction here. The difference between the people who actually achieve their dreams and the ones who don't, it's not their genetic code, it's not some inherent God-given potential. The difference is the person who is willing to get knocked down, be fully tested by fortune, and stand back up. It's that never say die attitude. It's the relentless perseverance to see it all the way through, knowing full well there will be discomfort and knowing those obstacles are definitely coming for you. Because of that, we have to completely reframe how we view suffering. Don't cry to give up, try to keep going. You already in pain, you already hurt, get a reward from it. Man, what a powerful concept that is. When the pure exhaustion hits you, you have to tell yourself that you aren't going to die from a little pain on the path to success. Treat it like an investment that absolutely demands a return. Go get a reward from your suffering. And that brings us to our final phase, phase 4, staying in the game. We all know the battle ahead is going to get tough, right? So you have to make up your mind to be victorious before it even begins. I want you to ask yourself right now, who can guarantee that you can't make it? Just because someone is down on their luck, there is absolutely zero guarantee they can never come back. Who can guarantee that you can't have your dream? The answer is no one. No one can predict that. No one knows the endless possibilities for your life. If you are willing to step up and go through the battles, literally nobody has the right to say no to you. You've got to remember this absolute truth from the speaker. Whatever experience you are having right now, it has not come to stay. It has come to pass. I don't care what you are going through right now. If you are not dead, destiny isn't through with you yet. As long as you wake up, you are still in the game. You can still make it happen. You still can win it. As long as there is breath in your nostrils, you are in the game. And that brings us to the final, ultimate question for our explainer today. If you're breathing, you're playing. So, what are you going to do with your next breath? Are you going to let that automatic mind accept defeat? Or are you going to discipline your emotion, commit to daily progress, get your butt up, and get to work? The choice, as always, is entirely yours. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, I really hope you put this playbook to work today.